This is Vicky from Valkyrie Tarot coming at you to share an interesting story. So we all know what's kind of happening around the world, and as an empath, and I'm sure there are other empaths out there that can kind of, get what I'm saying here. It's been heavy, okay? And here in the United States, it's been heavy with, the last election. There was a lot of turmoil and a lot of feelings one way or the other, regardless of however you wanted the election to go. The truth is that this world, this global community that we're in is very split. Because of that, there's just an overall malaise kind of around the world. And a lot of us that are light workers or energy workers or intuitives, empaths, mediums, whatever you identify as, we're feeling it. I listen to a couple of podcasts out there and follow a couple of other mediums and energy workers. And a lot of us kind of have had the same type of visions or thoughts or meditative whatevers. Now, I don't tote myself as being a medium. I don't see myself as such. I do see the fact that I have empathic gifts as slightly psychic, and I guess for lack of a better definition, I've always been a sensitive, meaning like sensitive to energies around. I can sense when there's energies near me. I can walk into a room and kind of sense if something's off, things like that. Empath kind of stuff. But when I was a kid, I used to have dreams, and every once in a while, like an aspect or two about the dreams would come true. And I always knew based on how vivid they were. Now, when I was a kid, I pushed a lot of this aside because being raised Catholic, and I don't want people to think I was weird, Forgive me, I'm still getting over my cough. That being said, since I've been in my 30s and became a Reiki master, and all of these gifts have kind of been heightened, my intuitive nature, etc., especially with everything going on, there's a lot of us that are being upgraded, for lack of a better term. So we're being able to pay a lot more attention to signs, messages. For me, my messages tend to come to me in my dreams. So, summarizing. Last night, I was sleeping with this chunk of labradorite next to my bed, and this smoky quartz that actually has little chunks of garnet in it. Sleeping next to my bed, these two together tend to help with clarity of psychic thought or messages. And I remember going to bed and just saying, angel spirits and guardians, guides, please give me guidance tonight. I permit you to speak to me in my dreams and tell me, what is my role in the upcoming months and days. A lot of people foreseeing that there could be a lot of negativity coming, especially in the United States. And let's face it, the United States has been mostly peaceful for the last couple of decades. So this could be hard. It could definitely be hard for a lot of people in this country. So I fell asleep. And I have my usual myriad of dreams, like random stuff. I have a tendency to have a lot of dreams about living in a house. It's almost like a mansion, and I'm like a kid or an orphan. And I'm always hiding in like the rafters or hiding in the room. And there's like a back stairway to get up to a choir loft, and I'm always sneaking around in it. And then there's like a parlor, which would be the best way to say it. And there's this stained glass window, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And it's kind of Tiffany type of 1920s-ish type of design. It's a reoccurring place that I have these dreams. Anyways, in this such dream, I'm walking around and I turn and there's a man in front of me. And I couldn't even explain to you what he looks like, right? But I recognized him. And I turned to him, and he was dressed in kind of not traditional like armor or anything like that, but he was dressed proper, but not of this world. I don't know how else to explain it. Like a robe, but like he had this way about him. We're not talking like Grecian robes, and we're not talking like the traditional like St. Michael gear. We're not talking about that. It was more like he was like almost like in a suit jacket, but it was like robes, like flowy type of things. And I just knew that he was important. And in my dream, I kind of asked who he was, and he goes, "You know who I am. You asked me to come to you and speak to you." And I said, "Are you going to tell me what I need to do?" And he pointed with his hand to my chest right here, like right below my rib cage. And he goes, "You've been recruited. You are going to have to be a member of St. Michael's, not army, but like you've been recruited to help St. Michael, to take care of those who can't take care of themselves, to protect those who are being persecuted. Are you ready?" And I just looked at him and I said, "Yes." And I woke up. Now, let me give you a little backstory. When I was 15, whenever I was going through my confirmation, because I was raised Roman Catholic, you always choose a patron saint in Roman Catholic tradition. And I wanted to take St. Michael. And the woman that was running our confirmation group, CCD, whatever it was, told me I couldn't take a man's name, even though St. Michael is an archangel, and through definition, angels technically don't have a gender, but it's fine. She told me I had to go home and I had to figure something else out. So I come back with another essay written about Joan of Arc. And she looks at me, she goes, "You have violent tendencies, don't you?" And I looked at her and I go, "Violent? No, I just believe in standing up for what you believe in and standing up for the little people who can't help themselves." Long story short, fast forward, I was allowed to take Jeanne d'Arc as my confirmation name. But I always kind of took St. Michael as, you know, my real saint, right? And before I get into this, I know there's a lot of other religions that kind of think that it's weird that in Catholicism we pray to saints. Let me clarify this. We don't see saints on the same level as Jesus or God. We just see them as kind of a gateway. Like we can pray to them and hopefully they'll put a good word in to the other guys, right? So just clarifying that. Anyways, I have always worn either a St. Michael medallion. This one is a birthday present from my mom. So thank you, Mom. Or a Joan of Arc medal. Like I just kind of wear them as good luck. Couple years back, right before my father passed away, actually, I wound up getting a tattoo of a sigil of St. Michael on my chest, like right below my heart. So it was just one of those things where I kind of felt like I needed it as protection. So this is why I think it's interesting that in my dream, the guy pointed and I could feel heat, like a cold, like cold heat. I don't know how to explain it. Like if you guys have ever gotten burned, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's like cold at first and then it's really hot. I could feel it. So that's why I kind of found it interesting. Now, taking a skeptic's point of view here, I know where my tattoo is, right? I obviously have a connection to St. Michael. I've always had it. I'm born on a Sunday, which is also St. Michael's Day. So this could just be my mind warping into things, trying to tell me something. You know, with everything going on, I've always been a person who feels a need to act and help others. So I was looking for an answer. So maybe my brain put this all together kind of in a dream interpretation. You know, there was a fogginess about it. And, you know, St. Michael is traditionally associated with color blue. And I was seeing a lot of purples and like astral type of neon colors, kind of like a sunset, you know, around me. But I felt so calm and I felt so focused, right? I felt safe. And I felt like, yes, this makes sense. from a spiritual side of it, many of us that are light workers, we've been able to connect with our guides or our guardians or our past life, whatever. It happens. I've done past life regression a couple of times, and each time I connect with something that is a being or a guide. It's not always the same one, and they're usually ushering me through the door to show me or taking my hand and pulling me back out, because there's lessons to be learned based on each life that we had. So, do I want to put a lot of weight into this? I don't know, but I also don't want to discount it because I don't know what's coming. I have a feeling. I've had some dreams about some really bad geomagnetic storms. I've felt the general discomfort of so many of my friends and family shifting their identities because they're in a state of fear right now. Knowing what's happening across the globe too, in Israel and Palestine, and what's continuing to happen in Eastern Europe with the Ukraine and Russia, and there's just a lot of discontent. We've had a pretty peaceful chunk of time, and even though I want to continue that peace, I guess some of us just need to start to mentally and spiritually prepare for the possibility. A lot of the mediums and the other workers, light workers that I follow, they've kind of had the same type of feeling. There's a resonance to preparedness, to up-leveling, to make sure that we are strong enough to guide others. So I wanted to share that all with you because so much of what I do here, being an intuitive reader and a Reiki master, and in my daily job of working in sports medicine, like I'm a healer by nature. And I really do believe in taking care of the little guys and protecting the black sheep and understanding that there's so much more to people than how you identify. It's the fact that we're all related, we're all connected. We are all rooted in the same energy. We have so much more togetherness than we do apart. So I'm going to go again tonight, and I'm going to meditate, and I'm going to sleep with these crystals again, and we're going to see if I can get a little bit more information. But that being said, we are going to flip this around, and we are going to do a reading, and we're going to see if we can get some guidance here from St.Michael and our guides, and see where this is going to take us on this wonderful, 12th of November, 2024. All right, let's see if we can do this. Let's get you out of this little cradle here. And I'm not going to be able to flip you around, so we're going to have to just trust that this is going to show what we need it to show. We got it? We got the table? Table looks good. All right, here we go. Sorry, keep hitting it. All right, so we are going to do a 9-card spread here. We're not going to necessarily do, I know most of you guys have seen me do the Celtic cross, but we're going to do a 9-card spread. I'm going to pick these cards out at random. This is a new deck. It's called the Baroque Tarot. If you didn't watch my reading previously, it's a new deck. It's beautiful. That is an important card, so we're going to leave that up here. It's a beautiful deck, but again, the edges, you got to be careful while you're shuffling this if you do, because I bent some of the edges here. All right, angel spirits and guardians, I ask you to come down and grant witness to this reading. Please offer guidance and any messages that you can revolving what is yet to come, especially St. Michael and the guidance that can be offered from all of the archangels on how we can better serve this global community and humanity as a whole. All right, here we go. We are going to pick out 9 cards randomly. Ooh, it's harder than I thought. Okay, 9 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. All right. So why 9 cards? Why am I picking 9 cards? Because it gives us a really good overall spread and understanding of what the message is going to be, right? We're going to look at the bottom card after we're done, but I'm going to put these out in the order that we got them. I'll lean over and make sure we can still see all this on the camera. You see it all? We can see 6 of them. Let's see if I can... Oh, we'll have to pan down. All right. So, first one. First row. So this is where we are coming from. All right. So yeah, we're coming from... That just rotated. We are coming from an energy of the 6 of Cups in reverse, the 8 of Coins in reverse, and the Ace of Wands in reverse. There's a discontent. There's a lack of imagination. There's a lack of fluidness, and it's something new. It's ignoring our past. It's ignoring where we have come from, and it's ignoring the effort that has to be put into something. And because of that, the Ace of Wands is just sitting here like there's no spark, there's no imagination, there's no creativity. It's a trust in the process without understanding the process. So it's almost a blind hope, I guess is the best way to say it. Because the 6 of Cups in reverse, it's not nostalgia. It's an ignorance almost is the energy that we're coming from. 8 of Coins is a lack of wanting to do anything, a feeling of it doesn't matter what I do, it's still not going to help. And then the Ace of Wands in reverse is, not knowing what to do and not caring. It's kind of like a indifferent type of energy. All right, so where are we going? 8 of Swords in reverse. Page of Coins in reverse. 9 of Cups in reverse. Okay. So we are entering into an energy of getting past our anxieties, getting past our frustrations, learning how to see things clearly. However, there's still a lack of motivation of wanting to move forward because there's a discontent. There's a not knowing what to do. It's almost like I want to move forward. I want to change things, but I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get there. Okay. That's the energy that we're in there. I'm going to put the next 3 right up on top. Actually, we'll do this. Do this so we can see all of them. All right. Next one. Page of Swords in reverse. Lots of reversed blocked energy here. Page of Swords in reverse. 8 of Wands. So something is going to be coming swift. So this is the future. This is future aspirations. Oh, okay. All right. So we've got the Page of Swords in reverse, which is people not saying the right thing, not doing the right thing sometimes, or it could be gossip or talking poorly about other people. However, the 8 of Wands is something that's fast moving. It's going to come fast. It's going to come heavy, and it's going to create change. It's going to create an aspect of chaos almost, but in a good way. It's going to kind of like stir the pot, I guess is the best way I can say. And then Lovers. Lovers is Gemini energy, but it's not always just an emotional connection, but it's an understanding that there's going to be a bonding of people. There's going to be a coming together of people, a recognition of soul attachments, of karmic displays of connectivity. And it's going to come fast, and it's going to come quick, and it's going to be birthed from this indifference and this inability to know what to do or what to say or how to get there. But it's still going to come, and it's going to come soon. It's going to come fast, and it's going to pull people together because of it. Now, you remember this card that popped out, right? This one over here. This was the bottom of the deck. 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands is triumphant. 6 of Wands is the conquering hero coming home. Okay, so that is amazing because he's kind of looking up over here. It's that through all of this turmoil, there is going to be some positivity. There is going to be something that will change for the better in our life and our community. I'm actually amazed that the Tower moment didn't pop out here because of all of the energy that's kind of been flowing around. All right, so this is an oracle deck. This is the Spirits of Darkness and Light Divination deck. So what I'm going to ask for is, can you give us 3 cards to represent the past, the present, and the future of where we are coming? Okay, so 3 cards. 3 cards, please. That is a lot of cards, but this one showed its face. So we're going to keep this. Spirit of Hecate, Goddess of Night, Crossroads, and Ghosts. So we're going to take that as the first card. 2 more cards, please. 2 more cards. 2 more cards. All right, so I'm only going to take this one that was on the top. I'm not even going to look at the other ones because that was the one that showed. Future predictions, divination. All right, one more. That's the last one. Where will spirit, wild, and tamed desire? Okay, so these 3 cards, the past, Goddess of Night, Crossroads, and Ghosts, that's kind of in the past of where we're at. We have been sitting in a darkness, in a area of inability to see things clearly, of seeking things from the external world while the veil is thin. In the present, we're in the future, predictions, divination. That's literally what we're doing right now. And on the future, it's wild, untamed desire. Yeah, and that's where I kind of see this 8 of Wands. There's just going to be this push, this uncontrolled, free energy. And it's not necessarily going to be a bad thing, but it is going to create change. It's going to change the world as we know it. And that is just a deep-rooted feeling that I have. Okay? And it will pull people together. It will pull people together. And because of that, there is going to be a coming together. There is going to be a healing. Okay? Energy under the deck with this card is the Spirit of the Swans, grace, elegance, poise. It's learning how to get through tough situations by knowing your own strength and knowing what you need to do with yourself. Energy underneath this deck is the Death card. Death card meaning change, the ending of something to create something new. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily mean actual death, okay, but it does mean, and this is Scorpionic energy as well, it does mean the ending of something to create something new. 100%. Okay, let's get this out real quick. This is the Magic Spellbook Oracle. We'll just ask for 1 card from the deck. 1 card, please, from the deck. 4 external answers, and just for a little bit more confirmation, divine guidance. Divine guidance is coming through. So divine guidance again, and that is kind of like what that dream was for me last night. You know, it's an understanding that there is going to be answers, and you just have to pay attention to the messages that are coming. So St. Michael, if you are here, thank you for the message that you have sent me. Spirit guides, guardians, thank you for the messages that you have sent me and shared with others during this reading today. I'm going to end the reading with a really quick Druid Wisdom Oracle. We're just going to pick one of these guys out of here. If everyone pops up, looks like it's that one. Welsh wildflowers, a blade of grass as beautiful as a petal or leaf, a tender moment as sweet as it is brief. Carry heather flower for maturity, growth, and change. Again, change. So much change. So much change is coming. And the truth is, in this world, there is only change. That is the only constant. And being resistant to change can cause turmoil, which is, I think, what brought us where we are today. So let's hope for the best, and let's hope that we can all come together and find our place in the coming months and years. And if you also are having visions or you're having these callings, please feel free to share any of your stories below and message me, because I would love to hear about what's going on with all of you. All right. Whew. What an interesting reading, and I hope that all of you got something out of this. Again, I'm going to go to bed tonight. I'm going to ask for the same things. I'm going to ask for some guidance, and we're going to see what comes to me in my dreams tonight. But I want to thank you all for coming along for this journey with me and having this reading. And I will see you all soon.